Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special episode of Once Upon a Game because it's special because we're playing games, which is really special. It's always a special occasion. This is episode 21, I think, of Once Upon a Game, a story game, role playing game, variety show, and we're playing Jim's. I forget his actual publishing company. Third Act Publishing. Third Act Publishing, right? His Jim McClure's game Reflections, a samurai role playing game. And it's a cool two-player game, super fun. Doesn't take a whole lot of time, and I'm super happy to be playing it today with my longtime friend Golden H. I think
Glad to be here, Eric.
Yeah, I think you've been we've been through quite a lot together, my friend. And
Yeah,
it's so awesome that you've stuck around like a
like
I was gonna
this.
say like a poor sad dog begging for scraps, but that works for
Yeah.
me. Oh, thank you. You've earned a yes, Dark Lavender. You have given me cheers, and now you earned a monster. As you can see in chat, you have earned Rule Illith the Exiled. It's a human-sized squid with massive frills. Beware its twisted flight.
Oh shit.
So, nice. Okay. So I
We
know.
need to play.
Yeah,
We need to play a game where we can use these chat monsters and they attack us.
I am working on that. That is a thing that
Ooh,
I want to do. It's called the Monster Mash, and so when you give me
nice.
bits, you can battle
Yes.
and do that stuff and have a battle, and it'll show up on screen being like, so and so has started a battle in chat, and then just see which monster wins, right? And counts the wins, and there'll
Oh,
be
I
a
mean, like,
leaderboard or something.
like the chat monsters attack the game while you're playing it on stream.
No, that would be a game. That'd be a
Yeah.
game to design, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So,
Finished
yep.
by Halloween. Yeah.
Now, Golden, you and I are friends, and we've played so many games together. But it's always important to remember that, while we might feel like we're okay and comfortable playing things together, we should always be okay. It's in these types of times, it's always really important to remember that we use the X card. And as well as, we should just be careful, and that's, that's the method of last resort, and it's not always, and after reading Ben Lehman's thing, I understand there's a lot of problems with the X card. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll talk to it. I'll share during a break the link to the chat. It's also in my Discord. But there's also the ability for us to look at each other and see if something's going wrong. And basically, just don't forget that we're players playing a game. And while it's always fun and we feel like we know each other's boundaries and stuff like that, you never know. So
Right.
as long as we're cool and remember that we're players playing a game first, I can get ready to describe the game.
Yeah, and chat remember that too, because a few times, like, me and Eric have gone to the edge, and chat's like, "Oh no, you guys are going to screw each other over." It's like, no, Eric would
Yeah.
tell me to stop. I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I trust Eric to stop, and I'll tell Eric to stop. So it's all cool.
Yeah, that's a big part of it, right? Is the big part is knowing that you can trust the person to pull the trigger, or I guess more like pull the ejection seat when it's uncomfortable, which is hard.
Yeah.
It's just hard. It's a hard thing to do, right? And I understand that. So I'm looking at other ways to help people so it feels more comfortable. Of course, my pronouns are he, him. Golden, you are
Yeah, you can use he, him.
perfect.
So it's a little bit weird for me because, like, it's not a part of my identity, but you can use he, him.
Yeah, that's okay. I just want to get in the habit of doing it as well because I think it's important. And
Sure.
while they're not
I mean, it
there
helps
yet,
chat.
yeah, well, they're not there yet. I should probably do something with the overlay so they're there too.
Yeah,
But anyways, I just want to be more considerate about that going forward with Once Upon a Game.
sure.
I know so. Anyways, we're playing a game called Reflections by Jim McClure. It's a samurai dueling game. It's really easy. It starts with a prologue, and then it has a 5-act structure, and that's the whole game. And then at the end, we're doing this. So the ultimate style of the game is that we're going to set up with the prologue what's going on, why we're dueling. The game is always about a duel. We are going to be doing a duel. We have come to the final showdown, samurai dueling to the death thing. That's what the game is about. That's what's going to happen. What we're playing is to find out why it's happened. Okay? And then play to find out who wins the duel. So that's the whole game. Alright? So, the way it's going to begin is one of us is going to be player 1 and one of us is going to be player 2. It's important to choose that because whoever is player 1 and player 2 is going to be the person who sets the scenes going forward through the acts. Player, like, you alternate between who's doing what there. So if you have any preference at all about being which player, go.
I don't know what it means to pick a player.
All right, let's just do it randomly.
Yeah.
Do you want heads or tails?
Heads.
Tails.
All right.
So it's my choice. I'll be player 1.
All right. Ready,
Okay.
player 1.
Yeah. Cool. So I'm just gonna read the prologue, right? So this is, and so when it's your turn, just follow along and do the next part for the next stage.
Is this in the PDF?
No, it's in Roll20. Are you looking at the Roll20 page?
Yeah.
It was Am I looking at the start page? Right.
It has red on the right side, and the left side it has prompts.
Yeah, right. Yep. So I'm player 1, so I'm going to read the thing that's in the bold, and then I'm going to choose one of those ellipses, and then you're going to choose the next one. And so what we read aloud is that, right? So I'm going to begin now.
Oh.
It was a time of open rebellion.
We stand upon a plot of lies and betrayal.
I remember when you stood as a child in school.
This feud started when you let my sister die.
And
Did we just say it at the same time?
name. No, I think I'll go first. I was just choosing which one. Yeah. My name is Bai, an honorable warrior, and I cannot allow your actions to go unchallenged.
My name is Maya, and I am the monk that will atone for your sins, and I cannot allow your actions to go unchallenged.
Nice.
Here, I'm gonna be red, so I don't.
Okay, that actually would make a lot more sense.
So I don't forget who I am, chat.
Yeah, cool. And now let's get ready to play.
All right.
So we're gonna go to our first act here.
Oh no! Here, go back to that other one so I can take a screenshot.
Sure, no problem.
Otherwise, I'm going to be forgetting this stuff. I don't see the other one. Yeah, drag the players thing.
Did I not drag you over it? Oh God, I totally didn't. I'm so sorry. There you go.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I switched it on my screen and I totally forgot to drag you over there.
Right? No, welcome to Roll20.
And...
hold on a second.
Yeah, you're Mia or Maya.
Because there we go. Now I can take a screenshot. All right.
You know what? I'll do the same. That's not a bad
Thank
idea. Okay.
Or you can make me GM and I can just go from page to page as I want.
That would take too much time.
Okay.
Okay. First act of the game. It goes to me to begin. And here's what's going to happen. I'm going to read aloud the prompt here for the act. And then we're going to choose our objectives. And then I'm going to set the scene. Okay?
Okay.
And then you're going to do... Then once we're done the scene, and when I say the scene's over, we're going to go to the next scene. And it's going to be your turn to read the act and do that. And then set our goals. And then play the scene and try to resolve what those goals are, right? So we're going to be fighting to choose our goals. We're choosing our goals secretly by the end of it, and then by the end of the scene, we resolve whether or not we achieved our goals for this scene, for this act. I should say act.
Sure.
I'm changing act and scene, but I should be specific there. Okay. Once we get through 1 and 2, it'll make far more clear sense, right? So anyways, Act 1, the time we were friends. This was a time before the feud began, when you both were wide-eyed optimists about what the future would have in store. Two samurai finding a kindred spirit in which a friendship flourishes like lilies in a pond. This scene is all about building trust between you and your friend and establishing what your current relationship is built upon. It could be the first time you two met, a graduation, a ceremony, or any time you both came together on friendly terms. There is no need for any conflict or high stakes in this scene. It's just an opportunity for a friend to establish the foundation of a relationship.
Nice. Nice.
So, now we get to wager one of these four goals. You don't tell you don't tell me what goal you're gunning for. Okay? Normally there's a couple things you can do. Like normally I play this a couple times. Let's just do the honor system. It's the easiest way to do it. In real life, you might write down the number that you're going for on an index card and keep it face down if you really want to be like competitive. But anyways, right? So remember, this was we were kids in school, right? That's what we chose as our things. It's a time of open rebellion. We stand upon a plot of lies and betrayal. We stood as a child. I remember when you stood as a child in school. So, yeah. So I'm an honorable warrior. So of course. Oh boy. Okay, I know what this scene is. For all of your discipline and birthright, you never could quite get calligraphy right. And I'm your calligraphy teacher. Or at least I am your calligraphy mentor, right? I am the person who was brought in by your family to teach you calligraphy.
All right. This is like a student-teacher situation, or are you actually a senior?
No, I think it's a student-teacher situation.
Okay.
So, like, we're all at the same dojo. Sure. And I believe it's, like, close to... Our sensei has left for he left in the middle of class. They had to go away on a trip to the capital, which is very surprising. But they promised that by the time they came back, especially you who was failing the calligraphy,
right,
that you need to copy the tomes of let's come up with a good name here. The Tutora, right? The tomes of Tutora. And if you don't do it well enough, you're going to get in trouble. And by trouble, I mean kicked out, right?
Okay.
So, the sensei has put me in charge to make sure to see this through, because I'm an older student, right? So, okay. So this is your first time showing up after class, and coming to me to begin our sort of like study sessions, right?
Sure. So I'm wearing this. It's like traditional Chinese robes. You know, I got ribbons in my hair, chopsticks, and I got my paintbrush. And I think I have like an actual pail of paint because I'm gonna make so many mistakes, and like rows of scrolls under my arms to write on.
Yeah. And so I think the first thing we see, without even doing introductions, obviously we do like the courteous bow and like respect to one another. I say, thank you very much for coming, student. I need to address you by your name.
Thank you, teacher. I will do my best to follow your instructions and make my family proud.
Good. And I look at you with a very, very strong like eyes of like serious dagger eyes to you, and say, "This school means everything. It means everything to your sensei. It means everything to me. And you coming here certainly shows that it means a lot to you too. I respect that.
It is a legendary school. I am very proud to have been accepted, but I am also afraid of embarrassing everyone if I fail.
Fear is a very powerful motivator. Let me show you. Please, give me your paint bucket.
Okay, I give you my red paint bucket.
Yeah. I pour it into a giant well, leaving just hardly any left in the paintbrush, like in
No,
your
my
bucket.
paint.
Good. Now, what I've left you is exactly the paint that you need in order to try rewriting Volume 1 of the Tomes of Tetero.
But they're so long.
Then do not make mistakes.
Okay.
And how does that go for you?
I think, see, Mia is afraid.
Of course, right?
Like her hand is trembling on the paintbrush as she dips it into the paint can and then goes over to the wall where the scroll is already hanging.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she instantly makes a mistake.
Yeah. I don't correct you on that time.
Okay. So yeah, I just finished the character. It's obviously the first character is mistaken, and then continue on the second character, and it's like askew, like by like 15 degrees. It's like the straight line should be straight, and
it's not straight. Yeah.
yeah, it's like, oh, and you see like her head is to the side, so
And
she thinks it's straight. Then I was like, go straight again. It's like, oh no.
Yeah. And so
And
then
the third character,
I can't bear it anymore, and I say, stop. Stand next to me.
all right. So Mia like holds her paintbrush up and stands next to the tutor, whose name I still don't know.
Yeah. Student, do you see what you did wrong here?
Yes, teacher. I just don't have the skill to make these characters as beautiful as they need to be.
Wrong, student. You have the skill. Your eyes are betraying you. We're running out of time for today's lecture. So, promise me, the next time you come here, you will paint this, and you will paint with your eyes closed. You will visualize. You will memorize the scrolls, you will visualize them, and you will not let your eyes betray you.
But then how will I see the where to start?
See with your mind's eye, student.
I'll try.
Good. Now, before we go, what is your name?
My name is Mia.
I bow and say, bye.
Goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye.
And then I scamper away.
Yeah, that's first scene.
Nice.
So my goal for this scene was to get you to agree to do something for me in the future,
Sure.
which was for you
Which
to
I
practice.
did.
Yeah.
And my goal was to get you to give me a personal item, which I failed.
Yeah. So you gain hate dice. So the way this works is that we start gaining dice. So I've gained 2 dice, and you gain 2 hate dice, because you gain hate dice equal to the amount of dice that I earned.
Okay.
Okay?
So you hate dice.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Cool. And now we go to the next scene.
All right. Now I pick.
Mhm.
Do I need to read all this?
Yeah, if you don't mind, it's also good for chats, because I don't
Sure.
think they may or not be able to read it, you know?
The first ripple in the smooth pond of the friendship. The first time you will see your rival as an enemy. During this scene, something has happened that puts the two of you at odds. Circumstance might have put you on opposite sides of an issue, or an ideological difference may have you in a disagreement. No matter the source, someone crossed a line and threw a stone in the smooth pond. This scene is all about conflict in ideologies, a military negotiation, a political bargain, or a crisis of honor. All could be the setting for this first step towards the duel. Both samurai come into the situation with different goals or interests and will likely leave dissatisfied. It is best to set the scene in some kind of external conflict or a situation where only one side can possibly get what they want. All right. We just read our first thing.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Okay. So this is, I crossed the line, right?
Yeah.
Um. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is this is where I leave the school. I abandon the school and become a monk. I am going to. So I think we see. So I think we're at a competition of some sorts, and the school has put up their best students, and Mia is there. That she has mastered calligraphy now, and your character, who is
Bye.
Bai, um, you're also competing, but in a different thing, like different category. I'll let you decide what that is. The problem is that the teachers have bribed the judge so that our school will win. And I think that we both see this happen. And Mia is immediately upset. And you see her stalking like out of the room when it's about to be her turn to compete. I guess we pick our objectives.
Yes. That's the next step here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, Amia is like, I think she sees this bag of coins change hand, and she becomes immediately like, her face is filled with disgust, and like we can hear her sandals clopping on the floor as she just heads right for the exit. And the other, I think the other teachers tell you to stop her.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to be
Yeah.
more self-motivated.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because I think I'm coming back from my horsemanship or riding championship, and I see you like storming out of there before your competition. So I'm like, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa, what's the big deal, right? So like, I think that's probably where we begin.
I think Mia like just keeps walking.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I've had it with this school. I can't be a part of this anymore.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Hold your horses, Maya. What's going on?
I don't even want to say it. But
Come, did they? What's? Did you compete already? Are they not letting you compete? If that's the case, and like I get off my horse and like crack my knuckles, you know,
he says, no.
I'd be damned if I bring dishonor to this school, you know, kind of thing.
It's worse than that. I can't even speak it. I don't want to.
What is? If they won't let you compete, what is going on? Talk to me. I am your friend. I am your friend.
Not to compete.
You can speak plainly to me. What's going on?
All right, so I think Mia takes
I want to
your
help.
hands and pulls you to like this little cupboard,
Mm-hmm.
and she says, I saw our teachers paying off the judge. This
Are you
competition is a sham. Yes. I saw the money earlier when we were getting ready when I was helping pack to travel here to this arena. It's the same bag. I wouldn't mistake it.
I shake my head in disbelief. I'm like, no, you must be mistaken. There must be a reasonable explanation to this. In fact, and I kind of look at you, and like I see you like you're shaken up. Are you sure you're not? And I look at you, and I say this very, very diplomatically, but I say it friendly to you, and I say,
okay,
are you afraid to compete? Are you using this as an excuse?
I'm not. That's not what this is about. This is about what's right.
You not competing forfeits the entire school's chances of winning this competition. Are you willing to do that to me?
If I'm right, the judge has been paid off so well that he will make an exception. That will be the proof of what I have seen.
I hate to do this, but as your elder in this scenario, I'm ordering you to compete. You cannot resign here. As long as you're a student of this school, you cannot resign from taking this. If foul play is afoot and this is happening, you must still obey the school. That your duty to the school is what matters, not yourself. A good soldier follows orders no matter the disagreement with the commander.
I already accepted the consequences when I walked through the door. I know I am no longer a part of this school.
No.
And because I am no longer a part of this school...
You're being flippant. Maya, listen to me. I'm trying to talk sense to you, right? That's why,
right.
I'm not, right? And I could see you're very, exasperated and this is going on. So I grab you. I'm like, get it together. It's okay. It's the nerves of this fight. And, I'm not believing that you saw that, right? That's my character. I'm not saying that to you. It's my character's thinking right now. And they say to you, there's some explanation to this. I think you're looking for an excuse to not do this. Sensei would never do that.
I will make a deal with you. There is a bell that they ring to alert tardy students. I have 3 tolls of the bell to show up. If the 3rd bell is rung, then I become disqualified and the school will lose its face. If it looks like they're going to ring that bell, then I will take my place.
Then you will compete if they ring the
I'll
bell?
I'll complete if they ring the bell. If it looks like they're going to.
Yeah.
I will stop them once they are about to ring the bell.
Let me ask you something. If I'm to do this, why is it that you believe your honor of competing in a fair competition is more important than the honor that our school needs? Yeah.
It's not my honor that I'm protecting. It's the school's honor. By leaving this competition, I need to say nothing more. If I stay, I will be compelled by my honor to speak up and reveal this to everyone.
I don't understand that. Maya, to me, that sounds like what a coward would say. If your convictions are true, why do you not confront Sensei here right now?
what would that accomplish? The money has already changed hands. The honor has already been lost.
Yes, but it would be set right, and it would show that Sensei is acting inappropriately and not the school. While you hiding this shame and you resigning in this disgrace, you're not protecting the school. You're protecting the wrongdoer. Even if they were a wrongdoer, which I firmly do not believe. I'm only talking to this like this because I'm your friend and I want to help you. Confront Sensei now.
All right, so you give me the steely eyes again?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I think Mia will agree to the steely eyes.
Cool.
And say, very well,
Yeah.
I will confront Sensei.
And
yeah.
And I definitely will ring the bell to make sure you show up, no matter what.
Oh, you ring the bell?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think, can I continue describing what I think happens?
Yeah.
So I think, Mia like talks with Sensei, and Sensei just tells her, to be quiet, and like doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But Mia is there in the hall, so they don't have to ring the bell, right? Because she's there. And with nothing, nothing left, like nowhere else to go with this, I think she spares a very harsh word for her teacher, and then she leaves the competition.
So you don't compete,
right?
Okay.
But I think, like she predicted, they substitute her for someone else, and the competition goes on.
Yeah, it's your sister.
Sure, it's my sister.
Yeah, makes sense. Cool. Is that scene?
All right. Yeah, scene.
Cool. I wanted you to ignore their honor and duties. I wanted you to confront. It's not your duty to confront Sensei on that. Like you were. I wanted you to act against that, and you did what I wanted you to do. Right? Like you leaving the competition, I think was the right call. I was just trying to convince you to do something otherwise.
Okay, so you get hatred. And I also tried to get you to.
No, I got two.
You got 2 dice?
3 dice. No, I got 3 dice. I got 3 dice. I got you to ignore their honor or duties, because your duty.
Okay.
Because I don't think honor would be that you confront your sensei when you do that. So what I was trying to convince you to do was talk to Sensei, confront
which I
them.
did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I tried to get you also to ignore your honor and duties, which you did not, I guess, because you just stood by and let it happen.
Yeah.
So I would take more hatred. Sweet. I hate everyone. This is like real life.
Yeah. 1 second. Haha, I was able to mute my mic before that sneeze. Nailed it. Alright, Act 3. When Roll20 loads in, there we go. The time you failed me. The conflict between you bubbles to the surface. You both know the relationship is unsteady and turbulent, yet circumstances have driven you to seek the talents of the other. This is when mistrust turns to hatred, humility turns to jealousy. The one time you come seeking help from your old friend, they only bring their own desires. So we should be seeking help from each other.
Okay.
A battlefield, a ship, a storm, betrayal, or assassination would all be good for the setting and scene. If you don't mind, I'm gonna play off what the money and stuff like that.
Sure. So it's like immediate.
No. It's just that it wasn't revealed until now what our sensei was doing.
Oh, okay.
You're right. The sensei was paying off the teacher, or the competition, right?
Right.
But furthermore, the sensei was buying alliances for our upcoming rebellion, knowing that remember when they went to the capital,
right,
and that kind of stuff. So like, there's an insurrection brewing, and he's trying to buy allies, or they are trying. I guess it's he because it's Japan. They're trying to buy allies, and form that kind of stuff, and this was part of that. All right.
Okay.
So, what I need your help with here. Let's see. This scene represents the principles behind the feud. It is the reason the two samurai eventually draw steel. Well, our feud began when I let your sister die.
Oh, it already happened. Okay.
So I think it's the beginning of the rebellion.
Sure.
What? And I need your help, and you need my help.
Okay.
I mean, I think the obvious one is that I need you to do this thing for me, but that means that you aren't with your sister, right?
I feel like at this point, I would already be a monk.
Oh, I need you to fight alongside our sensei and stuff. I need you
sure.
to come out of retirement, essentially.
Yeah, and there's
like
no way
not
to
be
do that.
and not be neutral. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And I think I need you. I need you to take a message to another shrine, basically.
Okay.
And this message will, I guess we'll just say it's about the upcoming conflict and, asking for humanitarian aid, basically, for the people that will be hurt.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. So I say, so I come into this little temple that you're at, and I say, Maya, it's been a very long time.
Bye. I did not expect to see you again. And Maya is, sweeping the temple, and she puts the broom to the side.
That is a shame.
Come to give your respects to the elders?
I wish I could, but I'm here on a important mission. But I believe that is the right thing to do, so maybe I should.
So I'll take you to the shrine.
And I say pretty grimly, with the rebellion the way it is, any help from the spirits would be beneficial.
Right.
And
I think we have kind of like a tea ceremony with the spirits.
Yeah.
On one side.
And
statues.
I remarked to you, when this is all said and done, I fully intend to marry your sister.
You've gotten permission from my family?
Well, I was hoping to earn that permission by demonstrating my prowess in this rebellion.
As young men often do.
Well, it's the one way that's offered for us to rise above our station and prove what we are made of. And not just... I'm jealous. I changed the subject.
Yes.
I'm envious of you. Able to let this all blow through like a horrible storm. Up here, safe in the temple. It must be nice to have the spirits on your side.
It is. It's a memory I will treasure in the upcoming days.
Don't you miss what it's like outside these temple walls? Being cloistered in this temple for, what is it, 3 years now? Don't you miss your hometown? Don't you miss the waterfalls of the Kinto Highlands? Don't you miss the cherry orchards of Papa Sinu's farm?
Oh, of course I do. But it is beautiful here as well. And here there are people that rely on me.
Don't you think that Papa Sinu was going to rely on you when you're aiming to become a samurai?
It's possible.
Don't you think you maybe let them down a little bit? I mean, no, it wasn't your intention. I
I
only
will agree to that. Yes.
I only say that because, well, Papa Sinu's farm's no more. It burned down in a battle a week ago.
It's unfortunate. Which side did it?
Who cares?
Hmm.
It
I
could have been
see.
protected if you were there.
Could have been my hand lit a flame if I was there.
So when I say who cares, I am deliberately obfuscating who I know was there.
Right. And I think
Okay.
I understand that.
Okay.
I can see
You really want, and I say,
a sense of knowing in her eyes.
yeah, yeah, aka your sister, right? And
Sure.
I just want to be explicit that your sister was there.
Okay.
And I say, don't you miss your sister? Who's, I mean, well, 5 years you're younger. She really looked up to you. The last time she saw you was at that competition. Do you know that?
Is she doing well?
Yes. She's become. She kicks my ass at swordplay. I might be the better writer, though.
The better archer.
Depends on what day it is. We rotate on that one.
Mm. Bye. I know the armies are coming. I've watched them approach now this shrine for several weeks, slowly coming up the mountain. I don't think this is their ultimate goal. But I know what will happen to the shrine if I decide to leave.
And do you know what will happen to the lands if you don't help defend them to the people that once looked up to you? To your sister who still loves you? If you don't come?
Same thing that would happen to someone else's lands. Who am I to choose what I love as being more worthy of surviving than what anyone else loves?
It was a fool's errand for me to come here. Thank you for the tea. And I just get up, furious, and walk out.
You are a fool, Bai. I think that the sword.
You're saying this as I'm leaving?
Yep.
Yeah, like my body, like my back's to the silhouette. The sun's coming down, so it's
Right,
got that
right,
red.
right.
It's got that red orange sky through the doors, just like the black purple silhouette of me.
Yeah. To think that the sword could heal anything. I'll be waiting here for you when you come with that army.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I
try-
said get your rival to speak out against you, but there was no one else to speak to in the scene.
Right.
So I'll take some more hate dice.
Well, I'm also getting hate dice because I try to get you to speak out against you, or get out against me, and you didn't really.
Right.
I wouldn't really call it that, but
No.
I think calling you foolish and stuff is worth speaking out. Naive.
Oh, you mean I thought this was speaking out against you to other people.
No, it's getting your rival to speak out against you.
Oh, I guess, yeah, in that case, yeah, you did say some nasty things at the end.
Yeah, so I would gain 2.
All right.
I would gain
then
2 hate dice here.
yeah, okay. I guess it's up to you if you think
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
that applies. All right, cool. Cool.
It's your turn, by the way. We're on Act 4.
Oh, it is my turn.
Yeah, so you get to read it over and.
The time we strived for peace. The re-emerging calm in the middle of the pond. A broken relationship, once thought to be lost forever, now has one last chance for rebirth. During this scene, the rivals have been brought together on friendly terms, and they remember why they were friends in the first place. The anger still lingers under the surface, but there is hope for the future. The scene is all about peace. The world-shattering crisis has passed, or has taken an intermission for a time. The setting should be low stress for the samurai, like a tea ceremony, samurai graduation, or a victory celebration. Any scene where the samurai can come together as equals and talk about what has happened. The scars of the past are still visible and will surely come up in conversation, but you were once friends, and this is the time to reflect on that. So I feel like we're at the coronation of the new emperor.
Mm-hmm.
Does it matter which side won? Say your side won.
Yeah, I think it'd be more fun if that's true.
Yeah, I think they ravaged the countryside, and somehow I'm still alive, despite that epic fight on the mountaintop.
Yeah, but your sister's not.
Yeah, she died. And I think my entire countryside, is the flames. But I've moved beyond that.
Yeah, I'm gonna save actually what I think for the actual scene.
Sure. So I've moved beyond that,
and I can't.
I'm still a monk.
Yeah.
And I've dedicated myself to rebuilding the temple on the mountaintop. But because of my character's dedication, they've been asked here to oversee the coronation.
Okay.
Of the new emperor. And this is probably the night before that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they've been making overtures towards their religion, trying to, because rulers get their right to rule from somewhere.
Sure.
And they want the approval of the local religion to help solidify that. This is the Shinto religion, we'll just say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're there the night before, and let's get drunk. Sake!
All right, let's choose our objectives. So looking over my list and figuring out which one I want to choose.
Okay. Sure, I'll pick this one.
Okay, I chose mine too.
All right. And so Maya has a bottle of sake, and you've seen monks drink before, but this is a little bit scary.
Yeah. Well, right. And I kind of, has the scene begun?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. I kind of laugh as I drink sake from my cup, and I say, "Is this what you do? Is this what monks do all day?"
So we do all day, every day, my friend. Here, then I pour you some more sake.
Yeah, of course you do, and I let you, and I absolutely I thank you for it, And I don't want to go there. Okay, I won't go there yet. Um,
Having too good of a time.
yeah. So I say,
So I think we're in a crowded bar as well.
yeah.
Maybe there's those little paper thin divisions between us and other bars if you don't want to be directly on the bar floor.
Yeah. We have like a little like raised thing with extra like little paper
Right.
window. Yeah.
Sure. And he like picks up
Yeah.
and when the shrimp dips it.
That new emperor is something else. I'm glad that the Shinto priests and monks have taken a liking to him. I know you guys were on the fence during the
Someone has
conflict.
to be emperor. Why not him?
Yes, why not? Because
People love
what's
him.
tradition? What's 1,000 years of our tradition and formality and sorry, it's not the place for that. It's a time for
Tradition.
celebration.
So tradition is what the people say it is. We learned that a long time ago.
No, I'm sorry, why? It's really not. Tradition? Tradition is a code. It's a set of laws. Unbroken. It's the tenets that all samurai must know and bear. That is not subject to debate. It's not even subject to my own discretion. It is objective. Just how is objective that, and I say some sort of like religious, like the spirits dance around, just how there's various
Sure.
spirits in the stone, in the water, and in the sky, and just how the sun rises and the moon rises.
So you've succeeded. You've become a true samurai. The complete destruction of all personal desires and wants.
I wouldn't say that, but this war has certainly made it easier. I say it in a very cynical way.
Oh, but what are you complaining about? You've been granted those lands in the north
I've been
with a
granted. I've been
entire
granted.
train of servants.
Yeah, and the best farming lands and
Yes.
access to the private religious temple hot springs and all,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
I rattle off these things too, but I say them like they're meaningless to me. And I say I've been granted everything but what my heart desires, because for what my heart wants, it cannot have.
And what's that?
Love. I truly loved your sister.
Yes, she was wonderful. But you must move on.
Move on. You should have moved on. Remember when I came here those years ago? If you would have joined us, she still would have been alive. She gave her life defending these lands. She was the last one.
She was a samurai.
She was my wife.
It's the way it is.
And now, her spirit's with your temple. Her grave is over there.
Oh, they didn't tell me that. It's here in the Imperial Palace?
For such heroism, of course.
No.
There were a lot of burials. I understand.
Yes. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
pay
either.
Maybe I should pay her a visit.
I didn't know that either until recently. Sometimes those sorts of matters get lost in the shuffle of a war. Paperwork and order gets left to chaos.
Messengers delayed.
Are you implying the aid message?
Right.
And yeah, okay. And so when I look at you when you say that, right, and I pause and I say, yes, even the best messages get delayed sometimes.
Also, I'm implying that's why I did not hear about my sister. And it's funny that the Emperor's message got through, isn't it?
That's why he's the emperor.
Yes. And that's why we decided to support him.
That's why I support him. Still not sure about you.
After it cost you so much? He had a chance to plead for peace, to end the fighting, send everyone home, take his conquered lands,
And
even.
and I raise my voice. And you had a chance to join the cause, and your sister would still have been alive. But she died for you. It's your fault she's not here.
Me specifically?
Yes. She loved you.
She knew that I
After all
supported
those
her
years, she still loved you. And she gave her
until the
life
end.
defending your temple. Shouldn't have been this way. Should have been you who died, and she should have been living. Alive.
I remember that. I remember having my sword. I remember fighting as well. But there was just too many.
When you have real belief, and when you are trained, one sword counts as 100.
Is that what tradition tells you?
That's what experience tells me. It's what Sensei would have told you if you'd have stuck around a couple more years, instead of giving up the ghost.
If I had stuck around, I'd be a lie. I'd be helping perpetuate a lie. I would not have been a samurai.
You would have been. You would have been a fine samurai, but you let indiscretions, the political necessities, the objective reality of the strategic situation
Well,
blind you.
that may be. And I pour you some more sake.
Yeah.
But I say, there's nothing I can do about that now.
Oh, there's something you can do. Alluding to a duel.
You wish me to fight you again?
Mm-hmm. I
What
can't.
would that solve?
Everything.
You think my sister would have wanted that? For both of the people she loved to kill each other in her name?
It's the only way to make this right. I say without answering your question. Because that's a damn good question.
Right. There's a better way. You need to move on. The world moves in cycles. Time will heal your loss and mine. And you will love again.
You're wrong. And I throw the sake down.
Okay.
Stumble out of the temple.
All right. Let's end it there then.
What was your objective?
Get you to ask me for help.
I was getting mine was get your rival to admit to something they did wrong.
You might have succeeded.
No.
Because
Did I? I don't think I did.
I mean, she admitted that she could have acted differently. But it was more like in the sense
Yeah, you could have,
no
but
matter what
there was
I
no
had
regret.
done,
There was no sense of regret. Yeah, I
Right.
do. I know. I get that. You were stuck in a hard spot, and
Yeah.
I'm being very selfish,
yeah,
right? Like, but that's normal.
that's normal.
So I think we each earn a hate die if we both fail to meet our objective.
Yep.
So like last time, we each earned.
I mean,
a
you
hate
get
die.
hate dice equal to the failures, right?
No, you gain
Oh,
hate
okay.
dice. You gain hate dice equal. Yeah,
Oh.
so you would gain heat dice. Heat.
I thought I had
hate.
10 hate dice, but I only
You
have
would
3.
gain. I'm think that's my blade's mouth talking because I want to say heat instead of hate. You gain hate dice when you equal to the amount of failure that. So you equal to the success of your rival.
There's
But
no
since
heat
we
dice.
since we both failed, we
Yeah.
only get one heat. Hate die.
Oh, so before when you succeeded and I failed, then I got more than one.
Yeah, right.
And-
So if you
okay.
succeeded at getting your 3 dice objective, and I failed at getting my die, I get 3 dice of hate.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
It's
Okay, so
hate's not as good as regular.
I think once before you succeeded where I failed.
Yeah. Let's just before we go to Act 5, let's just summarize it, right?
Sure. So
Act 1, I got you to agree to a rival to do something, right? And you failed at yours, and so you gain 2 hate die.
okay.
Okay. Act 2. I tried to get you to ignore their honors and duties, which I did,
Yep.
because I got you
Right.
to confront the sensei.
Right. And then I failed to get you to do the same thing, I think.
Yeah. And then
So it's
Act
3 dice.
Yeah. So you're at 5 dice of hatred.
Okay.
Act 3, we both failed. I wanted to get my rival to speak out against me, which I failed at.
But then I succeeded.
Oh,
So I got
okay.
2 dice.
Yes.
And you got 2 hate dice.
Yeah, so I gained 2 hate.
And then this one, you succeeded.
You think so?
Wait. What was it again? You wanted me to admit I did something wrong? Okay,
Yeah.
so neither of us succeeded.
Neither of us succeeded,
Um,
and so we each earn 1 hate die.
Okay, cool.
Cool. And then we go to Act 5.
Act 5, your turn.
Hold on a second. Why is the thing not loading?
Refresh roll 20.
Oh, it's coming in. It's lagging from Google Images.
No.
No, we're good. We're good.
Drag me over to.
Oh, I didn't. My bad. There you go.
Thank you.
Act 5. The time it came to blood. The final conflict emerges. The rivalry boils over. Memories of the past mean nothing. The hope of peace is gone. The only possible conclusion can be death. A decision has been made. You no longer have a friend. You no longer have an ally. The samurai you once knew is an enemy. This will be the final scene, the last time you'll face your rival. When setting the scene, you should reference the prologue of the story. Okay, so let's do that first. So let's go back to the prologue and say it again. And then we come back
Sure.
here. Okay?
Right.
So, it was a time of open rebellion.
We stand upon a plot of lies and betrayal.
I remember when you stood as a child in school.
This feud started when you let my sister die.
My name is Bai. I am an honorable warrior, and I cannot allow your actions to go unchallenged.
My name is Maya. I am the monk that will atone for your sins, and I cannot allow your actions to go unchallenged.
Cool.
Yeah.
At the end of this, this is it. At the end of this, after the last word, we reach the end of the game, and then we do our figure out who actually wins, right?
Cool.
So, I'm looking at the options for this scene. We're gonna duel. We're gonna duel at the old Oki's farm. Right. What was his name? Did I say Mr. Oki? Right.
Something like that. It's close
Yeah.
enough.
Their old burned farm. Right.
Right.
So like,
Is it completely dead?
Yeah. It's it's still worn. It's still like fallow because they died and moved away, and it was never reclaimed.
There's
And
no
so,
flowers poking up through the ashes.
oh no, there are. It's gone fallow. So like
Okay. I want to know, like,
it's been reclaimed by the wilds.
how
right?
desolation of smog are we talking here?
Oh
right?
no. It's not
Is
like it's not like black ash around everywhere. Instead,
Right.
it's just like flat green, and there's like a half set up barn. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
like think of
yeah.
like nature has reclaimed this place. Like it's been abandoned. Is what I
Alright,
meant.
cool.
I'm sorry. I totally understand what you could have thought. It was like
Yeah.
desolation of smog. I'm sorry. Like yeah. No. Like it's like just fallow, open wild fields with no like large trees around.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And so we're standing there, and it's like near high noon, right? And we're like standing X feet away from each other.
Sure. So I'm gonna fight with a mace because maces are good. It's the big one, with the giant ball with spikes in the end.
A Tetsubo?
Is it a Tetsubo? Let me look it up.
Yeah, I think a Tetsubo is the giant club.
No, not the club. Giant ball. What's it called? I think it's a moon hammer. Nope, that's not it.
Unknown.
Whatever. It's a giant ball. Here, I'll draw it
Mm-hmm.
because I can draw it. And there's a thing at the end. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm using one
Got
of
it.
those.
Okay.
I'm sure some anime fan out there knows what it's actually called.
Yeah,
it may not even really exist.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
And
I have two of them, one for each hand.
looking at the objectives and choosing one.
Yeah, sure. I got mine.
Okay, I got it. I got it.
Sure.
So what I say is, do you remember the lessons of the Tales of Tetsubo or Tetsuba? I forget whatever I said the first act.
I can recite them from memory, even with my eyes closed.
Good. Then do you remember the end of the first book?
What about it?
Do you remember when Tetsuba prayed to the gods for strength to defeat his enemies, his rival?
At this point, you see her take out a long red ribbon and tie it around her eyes.
Very well. And I shut up because I realized you already know where I'm going with this, and like you know my lesson that I was going to tell you.
Yeah.
Right. Like you beat me to it, and that makes me angry. Right.
I can just tell it, even though I can't see you. Like you're radiating
Yeah.
the key hatred, the anger, the intent to kill.
Yeah.
I can feel that because I'm a monk. And that's how it works.
You think you're better than me, don't you?
I put aside a memory of the past. I put aside the traditions of my family. I even put aside what you did to my sister. I tried to blame it on me. I will not put aside my duty any longer. Prepare to die.
Yeah, prepare to die. I mean, I think it's a short scene.
Prepare to die. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
So I was gonna try to take something away from your rival, and I failed at it.
I think I took away your opportunity to give me that lesson.
Yeah, you totally fucking did. God damn it. All right.
I also took it away from the player, so I'm sorry, Eric.
That's fine. I earned 2 hatred.
All right.
Okay. Now we calculates.
Sure.
Smooth
I have 6 hate dice and 4 dice.
Okay. I have 5. Let me do the. I actually didn't sum them all up. 2, 3 is 5. I have 5 blue dice and 2, 3. It's just 4, 5. I have 5 and 5 for each of them.
All right.
So
I had 2, 3, 1, and then 2 plus 2.
Oh, well, that's nice. That's easy to remember.
Yeah. So how does this work, Eric?
Okay, so both players should tally up all the dice and hatred dice they receive in the 5 scenes. Should note the dice and total hatred they have accumulated throughout the bottom. All the dice will be piled together in one group, and then the hatred dice will be amassed in another. The results will be something like, some kind of combination of numbers, and then let's re-roll these dice. Okay. Just do it. Roll 20. Yeah.
I know. God, you gotta actually feel the dice. So I roll. What exactly? I'm rolling
5d6, or whatever number d6 you have for blue dice, right? Regular non-hatred dice.
Okay. Bam.
Fuck.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
That's really good.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna roll my hatred. Oh.
Come on, we got both die.
When it comes to make the final roll determine the duel, both players will roll their pool of dice, not hatred, and then count the highest rolled number. How many times that number is rolled? Whoever rolls the highest wins the duel. So you are winning. You win with you have 2 6s.
Right.
However, after the dice have been rolled, players should not move to adjust their numbers results because they could change with harnessing hatred. Hatred's dice are rolls after the initial rolls can be used to modify tests. After you roll your standard dice, if you're using hatred, you roll another pool of d6s of hatred, which we already did. And hatred dice will get added together with your standard dice to give you your final result. However, if you harness hatred, you discard any normal dice that show a number higher than your hatred dice. So you have a 6, and then my hatred dice. Well, I have a 6 I can add to it, so like now we're tied.
Okay. Would it be better if you used your 3s instead?
Wait.
Are you collecting sets, or just has to be the highest die?
No, whoever rolls the highest number wins the duel.
Okay.
So they roll their dice, and they count the highest rolled number and how many times that number was rolled.
All right.
So it has to be 6s. So I have to use my 6.
Okay.
And so I have 2 6s.
And I have 2 6s. So do we both die? Come on.
So we both die. In the event the players rolling the same amount of the result is a tie, and both samurais lose the duel.
Fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted.
So we both fucking kill each other.
Perfect.
We all join your sister.
Yes.
That's the game.
And then they build a shrine on this land because no one will ever want to live here
Holy
again.
fuck. Know what it is?
What?
Holy shit. This we cut back and it's a lesson at a new school that they're like the story of some other thing, right?
Nice.
We just did a parable,
Yeah, sure.
right? And it's like it's someone teaching the emperor, like the new emperor, like not the brand new one, but like his son or something like that, or his daughter,
Of
like
course.
like down the line. This is like a legend. This is turning into a legend, into a parable.
Right, and no one even knows what actually happened.
Yeah. Fuck.
Nice.
What'd you think of the game, man?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, like
A little bit short. I like
yeah,
longer form games, but
yeah, for sure.
it became obvious halfway through that it was going to be short. I was like, all right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I never actually explained that. Yeah, the playtime is somewhere between like 30 and 2 hours.
Yeah, that's pretty cool in itself, right? Because
yeah,
then you can play it with multiple people.
This game
and
is this game's amazing. If you want to, like, I didn't have a chance to do it, but I should have brought it to Go Play Northwest. It's like a great in between, like, you know, like when you're waiting for people at a con to like finish up things and like get around and like you're just hanging out with your friend. Just bust this out. It's a great game for that. I love it.
Absolutely.
So the first time I played this game, I didn't do the samurai. I wrote it up on my blog at ericvolkaris.com, but we did an AI and its creation battling. And so we did the whole like we did like the Tony Stark startup thing, getting money, having to get defense contracts, being like, why are we making defense things when I can do so much? It's like, no, we need the money about, you know, like, and then like it ended with the battlefield of me rebelling and then them like putting in like the key to turn me off kind of thing. It was so good. It was so good. It was fucking awesome.
Pretty cool.
And then I played this game a couple more times, and each time we did it was samurai since then. And it works so well. Like, it's such a good, like, I like how this game doesn't try to do more than what it should do. Right? Like, it's very, no, like, this is what you're doing. I love formalized, structured games. So it's like, nope, this is the scene about this thing. This is the scene about this thing. It's a narrative pacing. It's a narrative framing mechanism by dividing them up in acts.
Oh, yeah.
That leads us to this climactic moment. Like, it's not trying to sugarcoat anything. It's like, no, this is what we're doing.
It was a lot easier to play inside the scenes than I thought. Like, for some reason, whenever I play Microscope, like, we set the scene, it's like, well, what's going on in the scene? Like, no one ever makes sure. But everything felt really natural.
Yeah. Fuck, dude, I'm so glad you brought that up, because that was going to be my next thing. I was like, okay, when I was making my first scene, I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do at all. Oh, no. But then I, like, look back at the utter prologue here, and I just chose some things, right? Remember, I recalled some of the stuff the prologue when coming up with things. Like, all right, how did this feud start? Oh, it's when your sister died. Okay, so it should be something about your sister. Okay, and I'm, like, thinking about it, right? And just coming up with something from there. But yeah, it's a cool game. I think more people should play it. It's a really fun, just 2-player game.
Totally.
Yeah, I think it would be a really cool game to play. In like a capstone to another game, you know, especially like a PvP kind of game, you know, or like between characters. Like, this would be a good way to like finish up the game.
Are you still running your Asian Burning Wheel game?
I never was running a.
Oh, you weren't? Who was?
It sounds like Umbra. Or no, that's Sam. Sam's building a Wuxia Burning Wheel.
No, there is an existing one. Something like Rose Petals or Beneath the.
No, that was my mouse. Oh, that was my mouse guard game. My mouse. I did
mouse guard.
Yeah, I was doing mouse guard samurai. Right. Yeah,
Burning Wheel mouse guard.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay,
sorry, I hang out with a lot of people doing samurai stuff in the Burning Wheel HQ setting. So
there was someone streaming that there's an actual Burning Wheel hack. For samurai
the blossoms,
already existing.
The blossoms are
beneath
falling.
The falling blossoms or whatever.
Yeah, the blossoms are falling is the correct Burning Wheel. But it's not Burning Wheel Gold. It's Burning Wheel whatever the one is before.
Yeah, previous Burning Wheel.
Advanced Burning Wheel. I don't know.
Burning Wheel
Mold Bay. Burning Wheel Mold Bay edition.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I think Burning Wheel like the perfect capstone for this.
Right. It's a fun game. So, hey, thanks for hanging out with me, man.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah, so what are you doing these days?
These days, I'm jamming Nobilis on my channel on Sunday nights. So they've fended off the Extrusian threat. The Extrusian created a copy of who their Imperator used to be. Their Imperator is a fallen angel. So they had to fight a real first age angel with the from like Ezekiel with the spinning
Saying, yeah, sword
wheel with
arms
the
and
wings.
everything's on fire.
Yeah. They didn't kill it; they just drove it off. And now they're in a church, and one of the players is trying to create a splinter group of Catholicism that will kind of like bring the true, mystical secret world down to humans. And I think the player knows that's a bad idea, but he's brilliantly just doing bad ideas, which is always great. I love that in the player. Yeah, but it's not going to be easy for him. So, on Fridays, I just started playing Burning Wheel, where it's a combination of Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon. And the first session was so good. Like, AP Gaming just started like playing the secret. You know that guy, the tutorial guy, who always tries to get you to go quest, like, hey, go fishing, meet me at the docks at 10 o'clock. Meet me at the caves at 12 p.m. on Tuesday. And he's doing that, and it's just so good.
I know. I need to watch it. I need to watch it so bad. I did the art for the graphics.
Yeah, man. And you should day off. He's got to get on the couch with Susan and Suzanne and watch some Burning Wheel. I mean, come on, man.
For sure. No, I'm so
it's
glad.
Going great.
Yeah, I'm so glad I got started. That's great.
Yeah. Cool. Only 9 months, man. It was 9 months since we played Microscope.
Wow.
Yeah.
Freaking time, man. Time.
I know, it doesn't feel that long.
No, it doesn't at all. But the inevitable march of time, so it goes.
Yeah.
Cool. What's on my schedule? I'm still working on that 5th edition hack.
Okay.
I want to get done. And I need to play test it. And then also I'm doing a couple of games of Torchbearer. It's weird. I'm like in that spot right now where I have a lot going on and I also have a lot of stuff that's coming up. And so I'm like making this transition between like, I only have like, I don't know. I have a lot to do between September and October. So I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be a little bit busy little beaver until December.
Yeah. A lot of stuff my schedule like aligns magically and everything is easy, but
then I have a lot of stuff for my stream I got to do too that I just haven't finished yet. For example,
you're joining your job?
Yeah, for sure.
Great.
It's just I wish I could spend more time on this.
Right. So, but as long as you can survive your job, it's all okay.
Right. Like I like the monster thing I did and like expanding that, but that takes time and everything just takes some time. So figuring out how to balance that. But anyways, so this has been Once Upon a Game. September's season is uploaded and signed, and the schedule is all set up for those games. We're kicking it old school and playing a lot of more Ben Robbins games as well as a couple of new ones. Some people have talked to me about playtesting their games, and so I've set up some time away to do that for y'all, and so that I'm looking forward to that. And so between playtests and Ben Robbins games, September's going to look to be like a lot of fun. So that's it for us tonight for Once Upon a Game. I know it was a short one, but that's reflections, and I just wanted to do that today.
Yeah.
So all right, guys, take care, and I'll see you next week.
Later.